Welcome to MLM Recruiting Mastery System. This is module on overcoming objections. And we're going to continue on with other objections, okay? So some of these are product objections. So say you do nutritional supplements, okay? And so I'm going to be product specific supplements. So they say, I don't need to take supplements. Or I'm already healthy and don't need supplements. Or they say the products are too expensive. Or they say all nutritional supplements are the same. So again, one of the best ways to say, I love it is, what do you mean? What do you mean? And again, you say with friendly, fun, and half serious, okay? Again, it's light humor, confident way to answer it. And you show to the prospect that the answer is so obvious. And they just asked a really ridiculous question. Okay, it's a fun way to get the prospect to open up. So you don't need supplements. What do you mean? Okay, and then you start opening. And again, one of the cool things is, if they just say, I don't need supplements, you don't really know why. But when they say this, what do you mean? It'll get them to open up and let you know the real reason is that they had a bad experience or lack of education, right? So they say, I don't need to take supplements. So what do you mean? You can ask, and then you can follow up with, after they explain, have you heard that doctors say you should take 5 servings of fruits and vegetables each day? Right, and almost everyone has heard that. Well, let me ask you, did you take 5 servings of fruits and vegetables today? And if not, now do you see, and they probably say no. Well, do you see why you need to take supplements? Right? And you can explain that 100 years ago in farming society, you could eat that many servings, but not in today's cubicle culture, right? We're all in the office working in a cubicle. People just don't eat 5 servings of vegetables a day, but they consume 5 servings of junk food and probably eat fast food 5 times a week. Right? And you can ask them, would you be interested to see medical studies that talk about the importance of supplementation? Okay, so just simply ask them, did you take 5 servings of fruits and vegetables today? And most of them will say not, but they definitely have heard that you should take 5 servings. So another objection for health products is, I'm healthy already. Okay, so this is the very same thing as I don't need to take supplements, right? So a good question to ask is, how do you know you're healthy? So what do you mean? Well, how do you know you're healthy? And let them explain. And then you got to explain that supplements are preventive. It's like a car breaking down, right? So if you're driving a car and you don't maintain it, does it mean the car is going to break down today? Can you see it breaking down? You can't see it. You may be driving it all the, like if you don't get an oil change, right? You're fitting a new oil, like you'll be driving, it's fine. On the outside, it looks fine. Then all of a sudden one day, the whole engine breaks, right? Did the car break down in one day? No, it broke down over years of neglect. And so as the question you can ask people, again, I love to ask questions, let them come up with the solutions. Do people get degenerative diseases overnight? Do they get sick all of a sudden? They don't. It's over years of neglect. That's why supplements are preventive, right? They help you to protect your body. Now, an objection that's I find kind of ridiculous, but sometimes people have asked that. Like, can you die or get sick if you take these supplements? Right? And can you die? Is it dangerous to take these supplements? And I asked them, have you ever heard or read in the newspaper that someone died from taking supplements? But died from taking nutritional supplements. It's very, very rare, right? Especially if your company does vitamins, extremely rare, right? But let me ask you, have you heard or read about people dying from degenerative diseases? Oh, probably lots, right? So again, that's why supplements are important. Another question could be, the products are too expensive? Too expensive. What do you mean? Okay, get them, what do you mean? Right? Get them to open up. And then you can say, compared to what? Compared to what? Expensive compared to what? Right? So is it expensive compared to the medical bills if you have to go to the hospital and get sick? If the person's an entrepreneur, compared to, you're sick, you can't work, and then you can't build your business. Okay, also, compared to what? Which is more expensive? Spending more money on products that work or wasting money on products that don't work? So say they're taking some over-the-counter stuff. It's too expensive, right? Think about it. If you spend $10, what's better? To spend $20 on products that actually help you, or spend $10 on something that doesn't work. Or even spending $1 on something that doesn't work. The $1 is a total waste of money, right? And another thing I love to talk about is like I brag about. It's another way to approach it, bragging about it. So you know what? You're absolutely right. We do, our products are a little bit more than what's out there because our company decided to apologize once for the price instead of having to apologize over and over again on our customer service for our bad quality. So we rather apologize one time for our price instead of having to apologize over and over again on our customer service for our bad quality. Another objection is all supplements are the same. What do you mean? Ask them, are all cars the same? And a great way to answer this is use your third-party tools to help you answer that. Okay, another one is the autoship objection, or like the monthly order. You have to buy products every month. Okay, and I'll share this as a personal story with you. When I first started the business, it's actually very interesting. The person who sponsored me never explained to me about that the company had a mandatory autoship. Well, you can call it mandatory, but not really mandatory. But if you want to earn commissions to stay qualified during a specific week, you will have to have purchased an autoship, right? So next thing I know, I had no success. Remember, I had no success my first 2 months. But 4 weeks into the business, I got a package in the mail. I was like, what the heck is this? And all of a sudden, there's a box of supplements. I was like, I didn't order this. And I was just like, and then my sponsor then told me, you have to buy every month. I was like, well, I haven't finished the initial, all the products in my startup kit or my startup pack. I have to buy more? He said, yeah. But the thing that helped me was I had the vision. I was not going to quit for 5 years, right? So I was like, all right, okay, I just have to suck this up and pay for it every month. It's like almost $300 a month. So, but I didn't. I deep down I felt that, do we really have to buy products every month? And that was my belief. My weakness in that belief of why the autoship was important. Because no one explained to why the autoship was important. I felt that it was a requirement. I was like, this requirements, I don't like it. It sucks. It stinks, right? Because I'm not making any money. I still got to buy every month. And guess what? When I did a presentation, I always got this objection. Well, let me ask you, do any of you get this objection? Maybe some of you do, like a monthly order, or maybe some of you don't. But for me, my first 2 or 3, actually I would say the 4 or 5 months, all the time, right? I always got it. No one ever asked me, does this work? Could they hear from my confidence and voice? I did the invite system, right? Once I was invited, I had my upline, I used third-party tools. So they all felt they can do it. So I never got the objection, I can't do this, or does this work? I never got that. But you know what the thing that stopped me from signing on more people was, they'll ask me, is there a monthly requirement to purchase? And that got me all the time. And I'll explain it, and then I'll lose enrollments because of that. So one day I realized, one of my mentors told me, Simon, the reason why you got this is because you're lacking belief. And I said, well, I really don't know. Why do you have to do this autoship? And then he explained to me, you know why? Because he said the autoship is the best part of the business. I was like, what do you mean it's the best part of the business? I have to spend money. Even if I'm not making much money, people have to spend money. He says it's the best part because, Simon, as your business grows, everyone in your team will be using the products on the monthly basis. And that is how you're going to earn residual income. So even if you go on vacation, never work the business, never recruit another person, never get another new customer, you're still going to earn because everyone in your team is going to use the products on a monthly basis. And that is how you can get residual income, Simon. And I was like, wow, that is good. Yeah, you're right. It is the best part of the business, right? Because basically everyone becomes a customer and they love the product, they can order it. So I'm telling you, that was a big aha moment for me. Ever since then, I was like, wow, this autoship objection never stopped people from enrolling. It never even came up. And when it did come up, they said that, because you know what happens is, if you have a weakness in belief, when you're presenting, when you're answering questions, all of a sudden, your tone of voice changes, right? So I may be explaining, I'm so confident about the pay plan, the business, and then when I talk about the monthly orders, or someone asks me the questions, my tone will shift a little bit. It's kind of like when people are lying, right? You can tell whether they're lying to you. That's what happened to me. So it came up. They sensed it, and then it would kill the deal. They wouldn't join. But once I got the aha moment that it's the best part of the business, it never stopped me again. It would hardly came up. It never stopped me from signing on someone. And the few times it did come up, because number one, it didn't come up because when I presented, when I talked about it, I was very confident. And people are buying your confidence, right? It's like if someone's lying about something, you can sense it. I was very confident. Before I wasn't confident about it because of weakness and belief. It will come up all the time. But now that I was confident, it will never come up. And then, if they ask me, like, do you have to buy every month? I'll say, absolutely. It's the best part of the business. And that's it. And people are like, oh, what do you mean by that? And I'll explain to them. And I overcame that objection. Okay, so the autoship is the best part of the business because that's how you earn residual income. As your team grows, they'll love the products, and each month they'll be purchasing products from their own store, and you earn income from the purchases. So you earn a little from each purchase, but as your team grows, you earn more and more. Now, you can also say it's not just about recruiting. So even when your leaders go on vacation and take a break or live the MLM lifestyle, your income won't stop. Your income will continue to flow in because of the customers, right? Okay, note how I use the word your instead of my. Your income won't stop. Okay, and this monthly maintenance also forces you to get customers. It gets your new distributors to like the products. And the best part is you don't need hundreds or thousands of customers. You just need 3 to 5 customers. And for most of your businesses, if you get 3 to 5 customers, you do very well. And what you do is you can teach your team to get 3 to 5 customers, right? You just need 3 to 5 customers. And by the way, what other $1 million business out there can do well with only 3 to 5 customers? Hardly any. You just need 3 to 5 customers. And the reality is, if you can't even get 5 customers each month, then you shouldn't be in business, right? You just need 5 customers. Yeah. What type of business out there only requires 5 customers? And that's why this is the best part. And what it really is called redirectional spending. Right? I love this word. You're redirectional spending. So you're simply redirecting your spending and buying from your own store. Okay? Use those words. Redirecting your spending and buying from your own store. So instead of buying from a vitamin store or Target or Carrefour or Tesco or Costco, you will buy from your own store. Here's another objection that may come up. How come I've never heard of you before? How come I've never heard of this company before? So that's the best part because we just started to expand this area. Let me ask you, would you want to have opened the first Starbucks in this area or open one now? Would you rather have opened a McDonald's 30 years ago or open one right now? Right, and the obvious answer is right now. And then you can ask them, can you see the potential, how this can be so exciting? And let them say something, right? Again, you're asking questions, let them convince themselves. And then you can follow up with another question. So what does that tell you about the potential for this business? And then the last question I ask them back is, well, how would you like to be a pioneer? Now, on the opposite side of the spectrum, someone can say, well, everyone's doing that business already. It's market saturation. I've heard everyone's doing this. So a question to ask them back, well, if so many people are doing it and successful, then what does that tell you about the company? Right? You can also bring up new markets, right? New markets, like ask them, do you want to build a global business? Because once they say yes, then you can let them know how your company's different. You can build in different countries and will launch to different markets. But the key is ask them, if they've heard this company before, so many people are doing it, what does that tell you about the company? It must be doing well, right? I mean, again, do you hear a lot of companies selling CD players? Or do you see a lot of cassette player companies out there? No, because those are out, right? It's not hot right now, right? A lot of people are doing it right now. It's hot. That's when you need to get involved.